Hello, it's Ryan from 2minutetennis.net, and in this video, I'm going to compare my forehand to Novak Djokovic, Simona Halep, and Venus Williams. Please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Even share this video with a friend, as those are the best ways to support this channel. All right, let's get right into it. The first thing when it comes to Novak Djokovic here and my own forehand is the take back, right? How you're going to take your racket back on your forehand. And I want you to notice for both of us, his chest is facing forward. My chest is facing forward. Now watch, we're going to turn our entire body and we're going to face the camera. So you can see actually his chest now is facing the camera. And it's the same thing for me. And that's really possible because our left hand is still on the throat of the racket. We want to take our racket back by rotating our body. You don't want to think of it as just pull the arm back. And a lot of players do that. They'll be in their ready position and they just yank their arm back from their shoulder. And their racket goes behind them like they're handing their racket to someone standing behind them. And that's not what you want. You want to take your racket back with both hands by just rotating the body. And if you notice, if we just circle our heads, our left hand, since we're right-handed, has gone past our head. So really make sure that you are turning your body to the side. That's the way you take your racket back. Both hands on the racket gives you a nice side stretch here and coil. And when you coil, you can then uncoil into the shot. So the next thing is the drop. So the racket, because we turn slightly up as we take our racket back, now the racket's going to drop. So this is called the C swing because your racket basically draws the letter C. And so you'll see Novak do this, where his racket drops down below contact. And we can see that. There's the ball right there. And I do the same thing. I drop the racket down. So we're now in a very similar place. One last thing before I show you Simona Halep and Venus Williams is I want to get to the contact. This is so important. When you are striking the ball, there is one really simple idea you want to have. Keep your non-hitting hand in front of contact and above contact. This is game-changing for your forehand. Keep your non-hitting hand, so as a right-hander, that's my left hand. Keep it in front of contact and higher than contact. When you do that, it makes sure that you're able to turn your hips. A lot of players drop their non-hitting hand as they strike the ball, and then it actually impedes hip turn, and they end up actually crossing their arms in front of them. If you know someone who crosses their arms, like literally they're in a straitjacket where their arms are crossed like this as they hit forehands. When you do that, it just impedes hip turn. It doesn't allow you to swing out towards your target, hit topspin. You won't be as accurate as possible. So keep your non-hitting hand above the level of contact. Non-hitting hand above the level of contact. And if you can keep it in front of contact, it's even an added bonus for extension and control and really having a long contact zone as you're striking the ball. You know, what I find interesting is I tend to teach what a lot of the ATP players do prior to contact and up to contact. And I often teach what the WTA players do after contact as a way for amateurs to hit their best forehands. And Simona Halep is a great example of this. So I want you to watch. Here she is below the ball, right? She's below the ball just like Novak, just like I have. When you're below the ball, that's when you can swing low to high up through the shot. But I want you to notice the extension she has. I absolutely love this. So look at her extension. Let's just put a circle where she contacts the ball here. And I want you to notice her racket go like this. Watch her racket swing out forward. So that's called extension. That is going forward and up after contact to just keep the racket swinging out towards your target. She has incredible extension on her forehand. And it's important that after you hit the ball, that you're going up, right? It's really important that you swing low to high and that the racket is much higher than your head. So you're going to turn with both hands like Djokovic. You're going to drop the racket down below contact. And then you're going to want to swing up and out through contact. Look at this contact zone. Look at this. She could hit the ball now. She could hit the ball now. She has such a long time to hit the ball when it comes to where her strings are still facing in the court. So it actually means she doesn't have to have perfect timing with her swing, and the ball's going to go in. It's a hallmark of just high quality tennis. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is Venus Williams. What I love about Venus's forehand is her finish. Notice she's catching the racket in her left hand, and it's higher than eye level. It's higher than her head, in fact. She is catching the racket higher than her head. She's making sure to swing up. I mean, look how long her strings are facing forward, by the way. Look at this. This is called a contact zone. That means she could hit the ball now. She could hit it now. She could hit the ball now, and the ball's still going in. Most amateur players I see who struggle with their forehand do not have a contact zone, which means they just have a contact point, like one place they can hit the ball, and the ball will go in. What I love about Venus is she keeps her wrist immobilized. She's not flicking her wrist and rolling her wrist around as she hits the ball. Halep was doing the same thing. Djokovic, same thing. And when you do that, it makes you incredibly consistent. And then she'll finish higher than eye level, catching her racket in her other hand. And you'll see I demonstrate the exact same thing. When you catch higher than eye level, it just ensures that you swing up. Sure, can you swing up and then finish down by your hip? Of course. Can you swing up and then finish down by your hip? Yes. But in my experience, when players swing up and then finish down, they end up just swinging around their body because their swing takes a shortcut after a while. So to ensure that you truly swing up for consistent topspin, consistent depth, make sure that you are catching your racket higher than eye level on the vast majority of your forehands. All right, so to recap, turn on your forehand by rotating your body, keeping your non-hitting hand on the racket until it gets past your head. Then drop the racket down below contact. When you drop the racket down below contact, it just makes sure that you'll be able to swing up to make contact for topspin. And when you're contacting the ball, have your non-hitting hand higher and in front of the height of contact. Then, after contact, swing up and forward, up and out, toward your target. Extend. When you extend out, it just makes sure that you don't veer off track and swing off to the side. If you're right-handed, that would be off to the left too early, which is going to affect your shot. And then after you extend out, catch the racket higher than head level. When you do this, you are no doubt going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.